Russia says that it has captured the key mining town of Toretsk in eastern Ukraine after months of fighting. Ukraine has already lost the output from a crucial coal mine in that area, the only one producing coking coal for its steel industry. Operations were suspended last month because of the Russian advance. Moscow's troops are also closing in on Pokrovsk, a key logistics hub. Its main supply lines are now under threat. DW's Rebecca Ritters reports tonight from the area where locals face a life or death question: to stay or to leave.
This family isn't taking any more chances. They live in a village near Pokrovsk, the next frontline city considered likely to fall to Russian forces. They've been holding out for months, hoping things would improve and the Ukrainians would push the Russians back. But the opposite has happened. Now they're going, taking just what they can carry, leaving their pets behind.
А собака це ваша? А сусіди? Може, сусіди прикляли?
Ну да.
Посмотрим. Є там через хату один сусід. Може пригляне.
Just days before, a guided missile struck near their house. They tell us that was when they decided to ask for help to leave. From these volunteers who give them a ride out of town.
Люди своєчасно виїжджають. Зараз, більш-менш, ми нічого не почули зараз. Так і треба виїжджати.
Another village, another family on the move. Again. They already left their home in Pokrovsk back in September and thought it would be safer here.
Ми от второй раз уже уезжаем отсюда. Тут и школу разбила, и все побило. Так что у нас выхода нет. Куда делать? Нее едешь.
До 3 года уже.
These people are making the difficult decision to leave now before it's too late, but many others don't, and that puts their lives at even greater risk.
Друзі, в нас влучив дрон.
Not only their lives, also those of the people who go in to help them get out. This British medic, Eddie, is a volunteer with Base UA, one of several evacuation teams working near the front line.
You saved me, man. You saved me.
His team's van was hit by a drone while evacuating civilians from Pokrovsk. Eddie was driving. He lost a leg and an arm. The others in the vehicle escaped with only minor injuries, including his colleague Philip, who gave Eddie crucial first aid. The group hasn't been able to work since that attack. It destroyed their last armoured vehicle.
Да, ситуація дуже складна, і там залишається достатньо немало людей, які по факту під обстрілами, і вже, тобто навіть в моменти там їжі і води стають уже проблемою, тому що туди мало хто може заїхати.
Philip and his team fear for the nearly 7,000 people who remain in Pokrovsk, who now have even fewer options to leave.
Well, for more, we're joined now by DW's Rebecca Ritters, who filed that report for us. She is in Kyiv tonight. Rebecca, what else did people tell you about living in the Donetsk region so close to the front line?
Well, it's a really terrible situation for civilians, as you could see a little bit in that report. Civilians, they're really struggling to hold on in Pokrovsk and also in the villages around. They've been living for some time now without electricity, water and gas, and it's becoming increasingly difficult to get any supplies in for those few thousand civilians that are left in that city centre. Many are choosing to leave, and many left Pokrovsk in the late summer already. This town town of 60,000 is now whittled down to somewhere between 5,000 and 7,000. It's really difficult to get accurate numbers, but they are struggling. And of course, these evacuation teams are finding it harder and harder to get in. As you saw, just a very dangerous situation with near constant drone flying overhead, and of course they're armed drones that are then attacking these units when they come in. So many are simply finding it too difficult to get those civilians out.
Rebecca, Russia says that its troops have seized control of the town of Toretsk. What more do you know about that?
Well, the fierce battles have been going on for that town for many months now. We haven't had any official confirmation from Ukraine, but the Russian Defense Ministry has come out saying that they have taken the town. Now, some individual soldiers have spoken to the Associated Press saying that their positions haven't moved, so they don't believe that is in fact true, that statement from the Russian Defense Ministry. But as I say, we've had no official word from Ukraine. If and possibly when that does become official, of course, that is significant for the Ukrainian military. They've been trying to hold that coal mining town for many months, as I said, and this just allows the Russian military to potentially push through further in this Donetsk region, which is a key part of its logistical, its strategic aims.
And the town of Pokrovsk, it's also an important industrial town. What would it mean if Russia manages to take it as well?
Yeah, it's also largely a mining town. Of course, mining has been stopped there for some time since the Russians were pushing forward. Since early January, they closed those mines in the area down. But it isn't just, of course, the key mining, the mines that are so important, but it is a strategic logistical hub. It's many of the roads around Pokrovsk are how the Ukrainian military get in supplies in and out of that eastern Donetsk region. Of course, Russia has been trying to stop and attack those supply routes. So, of course, it will be a huge strategic loss for the Ukrainian military. And as I say, will allow Russia more easier access to push forward through that region and potentially even march on into another region, to the neighboring region.
GW's Rebecca Ritters with the latest from Kyiv tonight. Rebecca, thank you.